AFTV, Julian, 4-1. We put them to the sword today.
Yeah, we absolutely put them to the sword. And it's something that if you look at stats in games, it was coming. You talk about this sustainability, but you cannot keep winning games by the odd goal when you play as well as you've been playing. And the results up to this point, I don't think were a reflection of how good we've been. And we've been unlucky not to win games by this scoreline.
And from the Wolves game, you're right. You know what I mean? We've created a lot of chances.
Yeah, we have. And today, I think the game was different. Everything about today has been a lot more different to the games before it. And I think a lot of that has to do with Villa, because Villa are actually one of the best teams that have come to the Emirates this season. And it's quite strange because some of the best teams that have come to the Emirates this season, we've beaten by the biggest score lines. When you look at them, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, they were absolutely fantastic victories. But the difference is that those teams, including Villa, actually felt that they had a chance of winning here. And they came out and they played. And in the first half, I'm not going to say we were unlucky to or lucky to go in drawing, but what we did is we opened up, we pushed the fullbacks high up, which we usually do, and Villa are good enough to be able to exploit that. And if it wasn't for their poor finishing, we could have gone in sort of 2-0 down. But what that
we also had a couple of chances in that first half as well. So it was, I describe it more as an even first half.
Yeah, it was even. But what it was a good, entertaining first half, whereas both teams had the ability to go and score. It wasn't one team just with 11 players behind the ball. It was both teams having a strategy, having players that were good enough to attack. And Villa are able to quite explosive in the way that they break. And it was a good game. And I think that is a reflection of how football should be. And one of the things that you were a little bit upset about a few weeks ago was the fact that I said the Premier League should be cut down, to maybe 16 teams. And I think today was a good indication of what the Premier League could look like and what a lot more games could look like if they actually did that.
4-0.
It was
4-1.
4-1.
Go and tell that to Emery.
Yeah, 4-1. But it was a good game, and it could have been 4-1. It might not have gone for us. And it could have been 3-2 to them. But what we saw today was a good game. We didn't see 11 players behind the ball. It could have been.
Where?
It could have been because they're good enough that it went our way. The second half, we hit them with excellent. It was a good goal. And when we talk about these own goals and we got lucky, I don't believe that, because again, you've got to look at the stats. You've got to look at the delivery. Why are teams scoring own goals? Yeah. It's not luck. Look at the deliveries that come in. Look at all the goals, the pressure. Having Gabriel back, massive for us. Massive, because just his presence, you could say that we got lucky because Martinez dropped it. The reason Martinez dropped it was because he knew Gabriel was stood there. If Gabriel stood there and you've got all these Arsenal players there and you know the delivery's coming in, you've got things in your head. Football is played by human beings. Human beings have brains, and those brains are affected by fear. And Gabriel affected fear on Martinez. Martinez drops the ball. It's not luck.
Can we go all the way, Julian?
Well, if you look at how many games we played now, it's
halfway through now. It's the 19th game.
Yeah, it's a 19th. It's 19 games. We've got 45 points. I think that averages 2.368 points per game. If you times that by 38, that's 89.98. That's 90 points. That's 90 points.
45 times 2.
45. That's.
I thought he's intelligent.
No, that is an easier way to look at it. 45 times 2, 90 points. 90 points is the average you need to win the league. We can, we should, we might.